Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Luke Skywalker in his Jedi robes. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video, look in the description and you'll see a link you can click on, a timestamp, that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. There's also one for color. So for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself, and then we'll get started. So I just need to come up with a good, awesome Jedi pose. And I gotta raise it up a little bit because I see I'm a little low here. But that's okay, that's what sketching is about. Is drawing over and over again until you're happy with what you got. And then you get solid. And what I mean by that is, you know, we're not gonna draw too dark. I say that, but sometimes when I'm going over and over and over and over, it gets dark. I'm not gonna lie, and I have to erase quite a bit because I'm like, woof, I went way too dark with these lines, or I sketched way too much, which is okay. You can never sketch too much. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't about that. Usually when I over sketch, it's because I'm just, you know, trying over and over again. But usually when I have to erase is because I want the pencil lines to stand out and not the no, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. I was concentrating on what I was doing. I want the Sharpie to stand out, ink, marker, whatever you're using, and not so much the pencil lines. So that's why I have to erase sometimes. Which I might do this time too, we'll see. Because as I start to get closer to what I want, my lines might start to thicken up. And that's usually what happens when you're like I said, you're defining these moments, you're defining these sketches, you know? It happens. Okay. I think I'm good with that. This is turning out pretty good. And the thing is, there wasn't a lot with this costume. You know, I liked it because it was our first introduction back to Luke, you know, Jedi Luke, you know, and it was an amazing moment, and it was that, you know. So these robes were very much I want to say I have a problem with doing this. I try to speak, but I want to speak with actions or sound. So this was very much a plow moment where you know, you get that shock of here he is, you know, and I like that. You know, there's just something about it that was just so cool and so fun. So that's why I want to do something with more of this costume, you know, more of this pose. But it's so what I'm doing, I'm kind of making him in kind of a force wielding pose. I guess that's the best way to say it. But he didn't do anything like that in this costume, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I get it. I get that, you know. Before anybody... Well, and you know what? Nobody's really watching these. Or nobody listens to this part, so I don't know why I'm trying to explain myself. But what I was going to say is before anybody tells me, disputes me that he didn't do anything like that in this costume, you know? But the nice thing is, what I say about everything else is like, yeah, but this is how I draw, you know? You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. So, because I'm drawing this, you can't tell me otherwise. You can't say that didn't happen. Well, you can, but you can't fight me because this is what I want to draw. That's the beauty of this. That's the fun of being able to create and making all this for yourself, you know? So one day you'll be able to do that. You'll be making these sketches and going, you know, this is what I wanted. So that's the fun of it. That's the greatness of creating these on your own. And like I said, one day you'll get it. One day you'll start doing it yourself. Okay, and so I have an idea here. I'm trying to do something like that, but it's coming at you. So I gotta try to figure out. Give me a second to, you know, bear with me while I try to figure this out. And I think what I want to do too is do it in like a robot, or mechanical hand, you know, like he has. So in other words, he doesn't have his glove on. It's just going to be all mechanics. And that being said, because of that, that means I get to make this up, and I'm just going to draw what, you know, might be a mechanic. Well, robot parts. It's robot parts. That's all I'm going to say. Because, like I said, I'm making this up. That's not bad. That's not bad. I can make that work. I can do that. And like I said, because it's robot parts, I get to do what I want. All right, now let me find a good picture of his face so I can kind of sketch something out. Let me see, just kind of a old man Luke, old Jedi Luke. And let's see. I gotta try to figure out how to do it too, so it's not so much nothing but beard. There you go. I like that. I like that a lot. And now I gotta figure out how to ink that in. So this is working pretty good for me. It's a nice sketch. Now let's see where I go with it. Because, you know, it's all about giving it that Luke look, you know? And that's hard to do because he's got a very unique look to him, you know? Sorry, I got real quiet there for a second, didn't I? Well, like I said, no one's paying attention. No one's watching this, and that's not bad. It's not 100%. I wish I had a better picture. I'll be honest with you. I don't have really good pictures. I just have more costume pictures, honestly. That's not bad. I mean, you get it. All right, let's go with that. I'm gonna live with this. So, like I said, let me erase a few things, just so the Sharpie will stand out. Because again, it started getting pretty thick there towards the end, and then the Sharpie will stand out over the pencil lines. But I don't want to erase too much. You know, I gotta make my own ghost with my special computers. So yeah, perfect. There we go. I'm happy with that. So, welcome, children. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Glad that you can join us, and thank you for those of you that stuck around. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the Sharpie fine point, but the Sharpie pen is going to be used for the finer things that I can't get with the Sharpie pen. In other words, I can control the thickness of the lines much better with this. So I'm going to start off with the eyes and then work my way out. So I'm going to do the top line first. And again, it's going to be kind of cartoony. It's not going to be exact. So the top of the brow, the top of the lid first. I just do that just to see if I got the right angle where I'm going to go with it. Then I have to just barely build on this because these things bleed into this. I got to invest in better paper. And I should invest in better pens, but you know what? I want you to be able to do this with whatever you have at your house. This is regular photocopy paper. It's 11 by 17, and this is just a regular Sharpie. So I'm using what you got at your house or what you can get. So don't feel that you got to run out and grab a bunch of supplies and stuff like that. I'm doing this with household items, so you can do it too, okay? But you just got to be careful because these things will bleed. So now I'm going to draw the the circle part, the color part of the eye, just a little bit like that. Then I'll go ahead and do the pupil, the black part, just a few little dots. And that's it. I got to be careful because, like I said, this is going to start to bleed. And that's about all I'm going to do for the eyes. I like to just kind of imply the bottom and let the bottom of the iris show the bottom of the eyeball, because like I said, these are going to bleed a lot. So I'll go ahead and just color in like a bit of a brow, something like that. And I want it kind of thick, kind of, you know, a man brow, kind of, you know, not so much perfect, you know, and a little round, a little weary, a little aged. You know, I'm going to give him a little bit of the rings around the eyes. And for his nose, I know where my sketch is, so I'm going to go ahead and just do something like this, and then go ahead and build just a few little lines like that. Not much, but just enough to imply that, you know, he's got a nice big pronounced nose. Okay, and so let's see, what else can I do here? I'm just gonna crease those eyes out just a little bit because he's got a little bit of age, just a little bit on the edge, and that's it. So now we're just gonna build off of that. So now I'm gonna draw his mustache, and I got my sketch, so I know where I'm going with this. And I'm just kind of drawing the top of the edge here, just kind of, again, implying a few things, you know, because I'm not going to draw in every single hair. I'm just going to kind of show that he does have a mouth like that, and there's the bottom, is what we'll call that. Just a few little lines just to imply that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just draw more of it, something like that, just to give us a scraggly beard, you know, just a few lines. And that's again why I'm using this Sharpie to control these lines a little bit more. And so now I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit because we're also about to switch over to the big Sharpie, and it's a lot bigger, the thickness of that Sharpie. And so now I'm going to draw just a few little lines here for the ears and the beard, and a few of the hairlines. So I'm going to kind of do this, and I'm just going to play around with a few strands and not go too crazy. There's his ear right there. We'll go ahead and do that other side over there too. And yeah, you know, it's not 100% like Luke, but it's going to be an old man Luke. You know, it's all right. So I'm just going to play around with, let's see, I've got his part like right there. And so now I'm going to play around with some strands. So I'm just going to kind of do some of this. Not much. Like I said, I want to do a whole bunch, but I'm trying to restrain myself. Okay. And while I'm doing that, I'm also kind of building an edge of the hairline, because like I said, I'm gonna start to switch over, and it's gonna get really thick here. So now I'll have it kind of parted over on the side. So I'm gonna kind of play around with just a few little straggle waggles, something like that, because he's kind of blowing off, you know, kind of not blowing off, but blowing in the wind is what I was trying to say. Okay, so something like that, just to imply a few straggly lines, because his hair's, you know, hippie long, old man Luke, monk long, kind of secluded Luke, I guess we'll say that. He's not a hippie. All right, I say we stick with that. I don't want to go too crazy, and I think we're in a good spot, so I'm going to thicken up some of these edges, and we're good. I think I am 100% happy with that, so let's move on. All right, so now I'm going to build his costume, and so I'm going to do his collar real fast, just like this, just to define a few edges of what I want to do. And so I have his cape kind of hanging over, so I kind of have to build on that. So I'm going to do something like this, and let's see, his arm's going to be Just bear with me. Like I said, I'm having to build off of my sketch is what I'm doing. And so he's got a cape draped over him, or his hood is what it is, you know. And so I kind of have it something like this, where he just took it off, you know. And the other side, let's see. Well, here, let's do this edge so you'll know where we are. I'm just going to kind of do that for his shoulders. And see how this whole thing's kind of flapped over like that? That's kind of what I'm going for. So same thing here. This one's kind of hanging over like this. And then, again, that's kind of going over like that, which is also like this. Does that make sense? Does that help you out? All right, and I'll color that in. It'll get darker in the back too anyway, but for now we have some edges, and the edges are what we want to work with. So now let's draw down to his belt, and so I'm going to draw the side of his, let's do both of his ribs like that real fast. So we're going to do his shirt down like this, and his belt's going to be right there. That's where I'm stopping, so I'm just kind of building up like that. And let's go ahead and draw that belt now that I think about it. That way we have some start-stop points and know where we're going with this. So he's got a belt buckle. That's kind of this what is that? It's 8 sides, kind of an octagon, but a weird shaped one. So it's kind of like that. And then just draw the belt off of that. Oh, and he's got a little a little pocket pouch, a little hero pouch. You know, all superheroes have like a pouch on their belt, you know. Who knows what's in it? Could be a snack, could be some fruit chews, you know, something like that. Everybody needs something, you know, a little something to keep you snacky, keep you from getting hungry. And so now I'm going to draw his tunic. So I'm going to wrap it over like that, and then I'm going to do the other side over like that. And I'm going to start with this other Sharpie too. It's got kind of some layers, and just to draw some accents, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do it with the smaller Sharpie. So we're starting to play around with thick and thin lines, and it'll I love that sound. It'll help us play around with the look. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw this arm since we're here. And so I'm going to draw just a few creases and folds and follow the arm out. Okay, so his shoulders like this, a few bumps like that from where it's bent, you know. Come down here to the end of the sleeve and pop right there. So I'm going to come around like this, draw the bottom half to the elbow, go up like that, and do this. So now, again, I'm going to just do a few little folds from where it's bent over. Like that, not too much. I'm not going to go crazy. Okay, so now for his hand, maybe I should go with the smaller sketch, or the smaller Sharpie. That way we can control a little bit more. And I'm making this up, so, you know, let's just draw the hand and have some fun with it. So I'm going to draw the meat of the thumb like this, and just kind of make up a few things, you know? Just a few little dots and ideas of where the thumb would be or what it would be doing, you know? And again, I'm making this up, so I'm just kind of coming up with an idea of what a metal hand would look like in this style. And I'm just going to have some fun with it. And there's the tip of the finger. Maybe something down like that. Bring this in like that. And again, I'm just making this up. So, you know, we do what we want and make it our own. That way no one can say we're wrong. And we can get as creative as we want. You know, we can do anything. So let's also kind of define a few edges. Okay, does that make sense? There we go. I like that. That came out really good. There we go. You like that? Kind of a hand, kind of like that. I love that. That's awesome. I hope you did something like that too. And then we'll play around with some color and make it robotish, robotoid, robotodia, robotoid, robitussin. That's something different. That's medicine. All right, so there's where his little robot arms are connected with some wires and whatnot. Okay, cool. Perfect. I love it. Hope you guys are liking yours. This one's awesome. Okay, so the cape's going to go down, but I'm going to wait on that. That way I can flow it all together. Let's just keep going with his parts over here. So let's draw this arm since we're here. Going to draw a few little creases and folds to the sleeve like this, like that. Ooh, you know what? Look, let's do the back of that. I just realized I didn't close off that sleeve. I'm going to come back up here. I'm just going to kind of do something like that. So he's just hanging off to the side. Just something a little fun. A little, ooh, I like that. That was fun. The way it bled into a point like that. I like that. That's a little inking technique we just did there. I'm going to thicken that up like that too and play around with that. So, okay, so let's draw this hand over here. This one's just going to be hanging down. Nothing special. So it's just going to be the thumb like this. And then the other part of the hand like that. Then I'm going to draw some more finger hanging down like this. Middle finger a little tucked in like that. Other fingers like that. That's simple. Real simple. Okay, so again, his tunic is kind of covering up a lot of his legs, so there's not too much more we got to do. So let's draw the edge over here like this, hanging down, coming out like that, coming down like this. And it's going to kind of follow that, so we're going to play around with like 4 lines. So we'll say that's one. That's, I guess, where it connects. Something like that. Then we're going to come down from this one again like that. And then this one's going to come over, and then it's going to split just a little bit over his leg like that. And so we'll kind of play around with that idea that it's open and you can see one of his legs, okay? So that means this side's going to come here and stop right about there because this splits open to that. So now we can draw his leg. And so he's got like his classic Luke bandaged legs, which are not bandages. They're, you know, kind of a wrapped thing. So what I'm going to do is play around with some staggered step lines because what I wanted to do, and again, play with a few little creases and folds like that. What I wanted to do is accent and exaggerate bindings like that. So now see how that looks like it's over? And I just kind of made it up as I went. It doesn't mean it's supposed to match up perfectly on the other side. I'm just kind of going with what I like, going with what makes me happy. See, I just kind of did what I did. So don't worry about planning too much, just have some fun with it. Okay, so I'm going to draw his shoe like this, and it's just a regular old boot, nothing too crazy. Like that, just going to connect it, and we'll draw his toe like that. And there you go. So there's that foot. Okay, we'll go ahead and close off the tunic on the back like that, so we know that there's a backside. Okay. Ooh, you know what? Since we got this line, let's do that. Let's play around with this. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to go up just a few times, like that. Just playing around with the lines that we made. Like that. You know, just to give it some life, some fun. All right, so let's finish up this foot here. This one's just going to be sideways. So since it's mostly covered up, we're just going to go straight with binding, toe, bottom, heel, and that's it. We'll go ahead and draw just a little bit of a heel. Well, I wanted that to be seen more, but that's okay. No big deal. Like that. Okay, and then we'll just do something like that too, to make it stand out. All right, so now we're just going to finish up the cape, and that's pretty much it. So this is going down, going down, going down. We're going to pick it right back up right about there. Just kind of come in, do one of these, kind of something like this maybe. You know, just kind of play around with some flow. And this one's coming down this way. We're It's going to come down this way. It's going to go like this maybe. The inside's going to be hanging down like this, laying on the ground, wrapped around, back to the back, having a tack or a juice pack. I guess I'm thirsty. I keep talking about juice, right? So I say I'm going to go get something to drink. I say we take care of the rest with color, and that is Luke Skywalker in Jedi robes. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.